Hey guys, it's Kuzomari here, back with a live stream. Just gonna make sure the audio is working here real quick. Trying to use my headphones on this one. Oh, okay, so it is working. That's great. A little bit better than it normally is. Alright, cool. Let me make sure that music's not too loud. Alright. We are good. Alright, so I'm going to be sketching out some pages traditionally here. Some manga pages for one of the series I'm working on called Ordinal Tempest, published with Noir Caesar. Sorry, the video was in front of me and of this, and it was distracting me. I was like, what the? But, yeah. It's written by John Lawrence, Marcus Johnson, and me. And I'm going to be sketching out the rest of page 7, maybe a little bit of page 8. Then I'm going to show you kind of what I do when I go and put it onto my computer or my tablet to then ink it digitally. I don't always work like this, but I'm working like this right now to just go faster. I can normally sketch things out faster traditionally. Sometimes it's just a little bit more fun, and I don't know, kind of like feel the experience when I'm doing it. But and just for any of you who have come over from AnimeUproar's channel, about that character design contest, I am working on that. I haven't been posting anything about it because we're going to be holding off until the reveal. But yes, that is going on. So yeah, and for those of you who don't know who AnimeUproar is an AniTuber, does like analysis and stuff. Definitely go check out his channel. I'll probably leave the link to his channel in the description below and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna actually be working on that some more tonight after this. So, and hello to anyone who's come from his channel. Thank you for subscribing if you have. But yeah, I'm going to get started here. And before I get started, I'm just going to look at the comments really quick here. Wait. Guys, I'm from Russia. Hello from Russia. Hello, everyone here. Mohammed and Zoller and Manga Gamer. Hello. All right. Now I'm going to get back to this chapter here. Sorry, I'm getting to my script here. All right. So I'm on page 7 right now. I guess I can read off what I'm reading in the script. We got to Deirdre in the common center. She's observing the monitor from the hangar. Personnel behind her are running around while some are seated at a computer desk. And then one of the staff say something to her, and then I got one other panel. So, but the panel before that is going to be all right. Yeah, so basically I have this area right here signifying the gutter. that when I take a picture of this for inking. But yeah. This panel is not going to be very detailed because this is actually for a mech that I have not designed yet. And I'm going to be designing it really soon here, actually. But this is going to be a very dark panel. And there's going to be this glow emanating from the light. I'm going to do this. Hello to everyone who's coming in, by the way. I'm not looking at the chat yet. I'm going to get some stuff done first. And for anyone who's wondering if I'll be getting some more videos out, I definitely will be. I'm a little strapped on money right now, so I need to make sure to get all my commissions done, and I'm trying to get this chapter done as fast as possible as well, so before I can get any videos out. But I do actually have I have a manga video planned of a manga page from start to finish. Speed sketch and ink, whatever, time-lapse video of a page from start to finish, actually the first page of this chapter. And yeah, that was a really loud yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting that out. It's pretty much all ready. I just gotta put some stuff into it, put some music into it. And it's actually going to be I actually recorded it. Not screen capture. I recorded it with my camera, so you'll see everything I'm doing with my hand, screen, what I do. I did it all in Procreate, so you can see that. All right. No, that's not. I have to actually make sure I go over here to make sure I'm drawing this character right. I want to make sure I got this design right when I'm doing it. Okay, yeah, I am. Oh yeah, and if any of you on the stream are looking to commission me at all, I'm gonna look at the comments here. If any of you are looking to commission me, wanna get a commission, you can always hit me up on my Instagram. Links are to my Instagram is in my about section, everything. So you could always check that out if you want to. But yeah, if you want to commission me, just hit me up. How's your manga going? Hello, hi. Hey, wanna do what you do. You wanna do what I do, then do what I do. But yeah, do it. What's your full process on drawing bodies? It really depends. I mean, I guess you'll see some of it here, but I just kind of start first. I mean, I'd like to establish what I know the perspective is and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, once you know the perspective or something, you can pretty much just draw the, like, if I were to do this box here, establish this neck, go ahead, do this body, put this arm here, and start to put in everything else around it. Then I draw eye line. I don't always do it like this, but when it's more complicated positions, it's good to do something like that. Wow, what am I doing? Now I'm not even drawing my manga. Look what you guys did. Well, I'll leave those there. But yeah, as you can tell, this is just waste paper. Like, I'm actually not going to really keep this stuff. This is actually on the back of like a bunch of my practice pages. I guess I could have just showed you this. This is how I do a lot of my practicing and getting better, learning perspective, learning how to take a shape and move it in different perspectives, so that way you can draw anything at any perspective. But yeah, this is pretty much what I would say for how I start drawing something. Practicing perspective is extremely important. It's helped me a lot since I've been like trying to get better and better as fast as possible. Definitely learning that perspective helps a lot. Honestly, it's really hard to see this paper because my eyes are so bad. I'm trying to save up for some glasses, which I have a complete amount of 0 saved up for glasses because I just don't have enough money. I have some old glasses that don't work very well. Like, when I say old, I'm talking about like very old, like 10 years old, and my eyes have gotten much worse ever since I've been doing this more so full time. They've been getting much, much worse. And it's hard for me to see exactly what I'm doing from the distance I'm at, because I don't want my head to be like in the camera, you know? but that's one reason why I like working digitally, and I've been able to get away with not having glasses for so long, is because I can just zoom up as far as I can, you know, as much as I need to when I'm working digitally. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't streamed in a while, so I did get a little bit of stage fright in the beginning there, and I was like trying to think about the stream, like that. It's like someone standing over your shoulder while you're doing something. I was thinking about the stream while I was drawing, and it was messing with me drawing. I had to try to get in my zone, pretend like nothing was happening before it started getting fluent again. Now I'm trying to fix all the mistakes I made. I also haven't designed this background yet either. This guy looks like he was walking like an angry dude. I hope the stream didn't cut out there. My phone told me to rotate my device even though I didn't even touch it, so hopefully nothing happened to it. Let me look at some of the comments here. Actually, here in a second. I want to try to get this person. And one thing I've been working on is trying to get like there's a certain happy spot for when you're trying to draw a motion, not emotion, emotion. It sounds the same. A motion of someone moving, and I've been trying to learn those motions more. Without them looking stiff. You could always draw someone doing something and they can look stiff. But that's not what I'm going for. That's fine. I'll just ink around him sketchily. He's not an important character. Just a background character. I'll draw someone else over here. Then maybe some sort of desk right here. Alright, I've been on one panel long enough. Alright, now let's go to the next panel. We'll look at the comments here in just a second before I continue too far into this panel. All right. Go look at these comments here too. What pencil is that? What do you mean by pencil? This is just normal mechanical pencil that you just buy at pretty much any store. I didn't change the lead or anything. It really is just any kind of mechanical pencil. So it's no special lead or anything like that. Hey man, what's up? Like your drawing. Hold on, man. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Oarts 2345. Hello there, Maria Soferica. Hello. Any tips on drawing hip hop dancing? Oh, I would be at a loss there, but if I were to be the one to go to try to draw that, I would study hip hop dancing. And what I would do is I would go and maybe search up hip hop dancing and then look at the pictures you find. And typically, if they're professionally taken pictures, typically they're purposely taken at the nicest times to kind of get that motion and like whatever, basically trying to see the coolest motions or whatnot. I would definitely just go and kind of look at what it looks like, study how it moves and stuff. That's the best way to learn about that type of stuff. But the draw hip hop dancing, you're probably you're gonna need to learn some anatomy pretty well. I mean, you could do it without really good anatomy. It just, it won't look as good. But hello there, Chris C. I don't know why your message got rejected. It says it got rejected on my screen. Don't know why though. Let's see if I don't know. Alright, so what if there was manga / anime about dodgeball? Do you think it would be interesting? Yes, I do. Pretty much anything sports related, most things sports related, if they write it right, it's going to be good. It can be good. I mean, as you see from Haikyuu, volleyball, in my opinion, is a really boring, stupid sport, and they made it freaking awesome. Anyways, can you save this live, please? Oh, yeah, I always re-upload my live streams. Would like to watch it later. Hello there, Otaku Viciado. Hey, man, see you went traditional on us. Done with the iPad or just something you're doing for the moment? Just something I'm doing for the moment, Khalil. I remember your name. I always am like, Khalil. Khalil. Maybe it's Khalil. Kahilil? Okay, I'm gonna stop it. I do this every time. Anyways, no, I didn't. Yeah, this is just something I'm doing for now. I'm not going traditional or anything. Even though I do want to do a traditional page at some point. Anyways, yo. Can you say? Oh wait, let me see. Brazil, yeah. You're drawing art is so satisfying. Oh, thank you very much, Mi-chan. And then, damn, I don't remember when you were at 4K subs, going on 5K. Not even that long ago. I'm happy to see you growing. Thank you very much. You deserve it. Thank you. Honestly, it was that Tokyo Ghoul video. I did a Tokyo Ghoul sketch video, and it kind of blew up. I mean, like, obviously not blow up compared to other people's videos, but for my channel, it blew up. And that's pretty cool. Didn't expect that, honestly. It really helped my channel. But see, I never really did fan arts on my channel. And that was one of the biggest reasons why my channel never took off. Like, I didn't do any, okay, I didn't fit into any niche. Not even like niches. I'm not sure the exact definition of niche, but I take it when I hear niche, it means certain select people, and I typically think of when someone says niche, it means a smaller group. At least that's how I view it every time it's in context. But anyways, I didn't really fit into anything when you look at my stuff. It was just kind of there. And I never did fan arts. I never did set tutorials. I never did any of that stuff. My channel was never geared towards anything that could really amount to anything, or my videos never really had any impact either. Um, like I never did anything that would necessarily interest a lot of people, you know? Most of my subscribers came from my iPad Pro videos. My iPad Pro review I did got like over 100,000 views. And you'd think that would give me more subscribers, but the thing is, with an iPad Pro review that gets big, not all the people who watch the iPad Pro review are going to be interested specifically in anime drawing content, you know? So when my Tokyo Ghoul video hit almost as big as that video, I got, you know, probably like almost 10 times more reception from that video and the people watching it, because it related to the people who were clicking on it to begin with. Anyone who's clicking on Tokyo Ghoul video is there to see Tokyo Ghoul, and you know they like anime and they might want to stay. Basically, the rate of someone staying around was a lot higher than someone with an iPad just wanting to get an iPad Pro, because everyone from, you know, like a cartoonist, which probably wouldn't follow me, to like a person that just, you know, does a different style, or like lettering or something like that. Just it didn't apply to a big, the same kind of audience that I was drawing for. This should go like this. That should go like that. Let's do this. All right. Now, what I'm worried about with this bubble is, what I'm worrying about is how much text is in this bubble. I was going to add an extra panel here. I guess these two panels here, I actually added a panel from what's not actually on the script. I added an extra panel. And one thing for a lot of people to remember is to help you know where someone's head is compared to another person's in a little canvas, or sorry, a panel like this, is this is why it's important to understand perspective. Because if this is your perspective and your head is right here, like that person's I drew is like that, except let's knock this out right here. So this is why you want to tune into my streams if you like art and stuff, because sometimes I'll do like little things like this. Basically, I want to get the eye level right there. So we got the head right here, neck, shoulders. So basically, if I drew that and cut it off like I did, and you understand what you're doing with your perspective, basically the perspective of this head, like this, the person's head would be here. If they're taller, maybe a little bit up here. If they're bending over and they're like this or something, going to pick something up, it'd be down further, like that. But knowing your perspective, if you accidentally drew it up here, it's not going to work unless they're on a platform or something. But then if you're at a perspective that's like, this is the horizon line, you drew the person's head down here, which means their eye line isn't how it is here, because the eye line is actually doing this, which means the horizon line is going to actually probably be closer to up here on this one. That means if I were to do this, let's see, this is actually interesting. I didn't. All right, let's connect it like that then. That means anyone in the same line as her, or, like if they're all standing in a line going this way, it's like, no, I don't, Chris. Basically, their head would be right there. We were to want to take this perspective and move it like this. We don't want to take a person, put him right in front of this person. We would do that. And then we got some people standing directly in front of each other, right there. Oh, I kind of did that almost off screen, but yeah, we got some people standing right in front of each other. And then, like, let's say we wanted to have someone all the way over here, but looking at her, or well, I say her, but what we do is do this, and then, well, it's going to be right here, so. I see, even I wouldn't have known that. So they're going to be standing right here. This is why it's so important to understand perspective and understand shapes in perspective. Because if you know shapes in perspective, you can do stuff like this. And you could just start pretty much doing, once you really learn it, you pretty much just start doing anything you want. Of course, I don't know it well enough that I can just go crazy with it, and basically I know it well enough that I can figure anything I need to out. I can draw anything I want, but there's some things that I still have a really hard time with, and those are things I'm starting to try to practice more now, to try to get rid of the biggest problems I have, try to actually get rid of them. Try to become the most perfect artist I possibly can. Really wish I had coffee. Alright, so the head's gonna be, let's just, oh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera here. I think I just drew like the eyes going the wrong way. I'm having a really hard time seeing what I'm doing here. I don't know what he's going to be wearing. I need to make like a standard suit for these people. Crap, I just broke my lead. I might change his hair when I actually go and draw it, but all right, now this one. Let's do this. You're supposed to be clicking a button. This is all personnel, or I'm making her click a button called that says all personnel, and I'm trying to decide what if she's putting her finger on it. You're not going to see that it says all personnel. um, what I can do is have her. This is kind of weird, but I'm just. Oh, I broke my lead again. I'm drawing too hard. You may say, well, your lead's too long. I like drawing with it long. All right. And I'm going to leave the all personnel part for the actual computer. Doing that on the computer. All right. So I don't know if this can take a picture while the music's playing, but let's try it. I'm going to take a picture of which page should I do? Let's do the page I was just doing, I guess. Just so that way you guys can see it. Alright, just took the picture. I share it to my computer. Alright. Turn off my tablet there. Alright, it's right there. Cool. I'm going to... I would just do it on my iPad, but my iPad is playing the music, so I'm just going to do it on here. Ah, there's my glove. All right, now let's go to... Shoot. Give me just a second. I'm going to turn off my room light. Hopefully the headphone didn't make too much noise. There. And I put it down. Alright. Shoot. I think I just showed a little bit of a spoiler, but what can you do? What can you do? Alright. Now, what I'm going to do here is bring this up, drag this in here, drop it right there. So this is going to be on that side, right? Alright, so purposely left that open. Sorry, I was thinking about something. Alright, now I'm going to rasterize it. So I can then go over here, select it, over here. No, the wrong one. Let's go to here. No, that's still the wrong one. Is that the right one? No, that's the wrong one too. This one? Contrast. Now I'm going to turn this down so none of it's some weird color. Brighten it up just a little bit more. And now it looks like a normal little pencil sketch here. And I'm just going to go in, turn that down, grab this. You're not going to see that because that was white. There we go. Oh. This way. This way. This way. Okay. Of course it's going to do that. Why wouldn't it do that? I'll look at the comment section here just a second. Before I start doing anything on here. I'm not going to ink this whole page, but I'll start inking some of it just so that way you can see how I do my stuff. Just turn down the opacity of that layer a little bit more. So basically, earlier when I was looking at this just a second ago, and not too long ago, I was just kind of sitting here looking at this. I wasn't doing anything for a moment, just because, of course, I didn't use any actual reference for the page. I just kind of did it based on what I remembered the page size being like, and I didn't get it perfectly. So I was trying to think about how I was going to fit this in to what I wanted to do. If I did the page size exactly how it was supposed to be, it would have been just fine. Actually, I think I'm going to go, yes. I think I'm going to go back to this panel. Hopefully when I do this, it allows me to do that. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, yeah, that fits in pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. Get out of here. Do I have the right? Yeah. All right, let me look at the comment section here real quick. Oh no. All right. Let's scroll down here. All right. See what these comments have to say. Okay, I'm right here. Can I get cake? I mean, sure, you can get cake somewhere. Fan art seems to be really popular. That's really all CG Chan does. And artists like that. Yeah, I really want to start doing a little bit more fan arts. That'll help the channel, and I know people like it, but I'm also gonna be doing, you know, like manga stuff still, because it's a big majority of what I do, you know, on a daily basis. So if I didn't do any manga stuff on the channel, there would be a lot less content that I would be able to put out. But you should submit your work to Saturday when you finish it if you want to pursue being a manga artist. I'm already published. And I actually was published with Saturday AM. I actually left Saturday AM. But yeah, I'm actually published with Noir Caesar, and that's how I was actually able to do this full time now. Oh, you're fangirling right now. Right now, I totally read that completely wrong. Because my eyes, I was like, I read it as fingerling, and I was like, fingerling, and I was like, oh, yeah, that happened. You're fangirling. Well, thank you for fangirling, Mika. I'm glad you like this stuff. Why don't you make Discord? I'm not familiar with Discord. There is a Discord. Uh, one of my subscribers made for me on there. I just don't actually go on there because I don't really have the time to. I normally spend all the time I have to try to either do commissions, try to maybe make a video for this, post on Instagram, post on Facebook, post on Twitter. I pretty much just I'm prioritizing that stuff right now. Are you a fan of Kim Jong-gi? Oh, that won't be fun. This is amazing. Thank you very much. Are you a fan of Kim Jong-gi? Yes. Kim Jong the Master G. Gi. G? Gi? He is a freaking beast. I love that guy. But he's the master. The master. Hello from Brazil. Hello there. Hello. Hello to everyone who is saying hello. Are you gonna make a webtoon? No, I'm actually published with Noir Caesar, and what I mean by mm earlier was what millimeter? Oh, it's just a 5.0. I think it is 5.0. It's the traditional 5 one that you get at the store, not the 7 one. It's the 5. Hi, and then yo, Annie Streamer, and then hi to Joe. Okay, I'm just not gonna. 1995. First time catching one of the streams. Oh well, thank you very much. Nice to see you, Gab Draws. Do you use a screen protector on your iPad? Yes, I do. I'm not using my iPad right now, but I do use a screen protector on my iPad. And when you're probably going to ask if it, at some point, someone will ask if it's what kind of screen protector, and it's just a glossy one. I don't use the textured one because it wears down my pen tip. And if that was the only problem, then I would be like, sure, whatever. It adds more resistance, but it also gives a weird filmy look to the screen, and I don't like that. I like the crystal clear look, so I just leave the super slippery screen protector on. But honestly, the super slippery screen protector, the glossy ones, are better than just the glass screen. So, oh, just in case, I think there might have been another comment there. Question mark. Do you know what ligma is? Get out of here. Don't talk about serious things like ligma. Come on now. This isn't a channel for serious topics like ligma. You have like, you just use a glossy screen protector. Yeah. I mean, I'll honestly say you're probably going to end up changing eventually anyways. I mean, honestly, screen protectors on Amazon are super cheap now. So if you were to get them on Amazon, like, I would say it may even be worth it to eventually just get one that's non-gloss just to see if you like it at some point. Because, I mean, I know a lot of people use that. A lot of people like it. I mean, it's more of a nitpicky thing that I have with it, more so than a, man, I am not following the size of what I put down on the sketch at all. I'm like changing the crap out of it. But yeah, it's more of a preference. I know most iPad users actually have that screen protector on. Hey! I know I just randomly did that, but I recently posted a commissions open illustration today because I'm trying to get some money for my phone bill. You're like, wait, but you have this chapter you're doing. You get paid for that, right? It's like, yeah, yes, I do. But I made too much last year, and it put me into a different tax bracket than what I was used to at that time. And I got, long story short, I got royally screwed with taxes. Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on with this face? I went back. Anyways, yeah, I got royally screwed with taxes. So every month I have a mandatory bill to pay, and to the IRS. And I'm sure you would love to hear what that bill is. Love to. It's a lot, or at least a lot for a freaking bill. Yeah, the bill I have to pay each month was $1,000, and that's, I mean, that's on top of rent and everything. I still have to, make rent. I have to make, eat food, pay for my phone bill, stuff like that. So yeah, that tax hit me hard, and it had a lot to do with last year I was doing stuff for Noir Caesar, and I had a full-time job at the same time, so that's why I made too much money. But yeah, I had $1,000 charge each month to pay off my tax bill, and that was insanity. Last month should be the last month of that, so should be good. I should be free now. But in any case, I don't know if I said this, but I just got a note on Deviant Art that said commission. Hopefully. Hopefully it works out. Doesn't really help. But yeah, those taxes, man. I don't like the IRS. I do not like the IRS. Probably like, what is going on right now, Chris? With all this hair that I'm drawing, like redrawing over and over and over again. I'll tell you what's going on with it. It's having a hard time inking this. That is exactly what's going on. But for those of you who are wondering about tutorials, I do have tutorials planned, and I always say that. But I really do have tutorials planned, a tutorial series. I got a video I'm actually working on right now to kind of debut that series. And so basically, it was always like one thing came to stop me after another, because my publication comes before YouTube. Like I got to get this done. This is my bills. This is my project. So I got to get this done first. And what was happening was, because of that tax bill, I had to get this stuff done way faster than I originally would normally have to. So that way I could pay it off. And hopefully everything went exactly how I planned, and it should be good now. And so that means I'm going to have more free time to do videos again. And I plan on trying to make my YouTube more of a portion, build it to the point of more of a portion of my income. Actually build it into something that I would be able, it would allow me to invest more time into it. I have a bunch of videos I want to make. I just haven't had the time to. I actually have videos ready, just haven't had the time to. But that's why when I do put out a video, it's pretty much when I want to put out a video. Like, actually, I always want to put out a video, but if I didn't want to put out videos, I just wouldn't, because I'm already getting paid from this, and I could do a bunch of other stuff to get paid. I could just only post on Instagram and open up a Patreon or something, but no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, who knows, one day I might open up a Patreon, but as it stands, I'm just going to try to grow YouTube so that way it will allow me to spend more time on it, take a little time away from some other things, or not have to do them as fast, so that way I can have more fun with YouTube, put more time into tutorials and showing people what I've learned. Honestly, I'm actually glad I didn't do tutorials earlier on, or I did a couple, which I regret doing those, because I have much better advice now than I did back then. I tried to tell you what I thought back then, and I just didn't know what the heck I was talking about. Gotta keep it PG in here. I almost said something. Shh. But, yeah. I've learned a lot more, and now I feel like I actually have something to give. I actually have things I feel like I can teach instead of blab. Some things that help me that I wish I would have known or done when I was learning, but I was I was a little turd, okay? I was a walking little turd. And I just didn't want to accept some things. And I want to help you guys not go down the same path I did, so you can improve faster. Like, if I did the stuff that I learned and started, realizing earlier, guarantee I would have been 10 times better than I am now. Guarantee it. Like, yeah. And when I say 10 times better, I'm talking about like in the past 10 years that, I've been drawing like super hardcore. That's what I'm talking about within that time period. I'm not talking about like I would have been 10 times better in only a year. Well, actually, if you did the stuff I'm talking about, you actually took it seriously, you will get way better in 1 year. You'll see drastic improvements, but the trick to pretty much anything that you want to do is taking it seriously and learning from the mistakes of people who come before you and learning how the people that you do like and what they do, learn the right way to do it. And you're like, well, of course, Chris. It sounds easy. Well, we always think that, but there's such a thing as it's not necessarily two people could be practicing, but one person could be practicing a specific way and get further than the other person. Kind of like if someone's trying to make their legs stronger, there's specific workouts for each muscle. That's what I'm talking about. Just in case someone didn't know exactly what I was talking about. A lot of the time when I'm inking, I can blabber and just blabber and blabber and blabber because inking is a lot easier for me. It just, drawing is the hard part. Inking is technique that you can pound in your head. Drawing is creating everything, the structure, the feel, the just everything. A lot of the time I don't even like listening to music when I'm doing that because sometimes when you listen to music, when you go into a zone that your mind is, a lot of the time, even if you don't think you're listening to the music as much as you're listening to music more than you think you are. Let's just put it that way. So try drawing without music sometimes and immerse yourself into your work completely. especially when you're learning, when you're actually trying to learn something, it's best to have a clear mind when you're trying to learn and memorize something, because you want all your brain power going into what you're learning and not anything else. Is it? Okay. Probably going to be going here soon. Gonna look at the comments here in just a moment. All right, I'm gonna save this so I don't lose anything here. Yeah, what's up? Glossy windows. What's your favorite manga? My favorite manga? Naruto. I'm a Naruto. I love Naruto. Naruto is my favorite manga ever. Not anime, manga. Because the anime is filler hell. It is a bunch of crap. I accidentally touched my headphone. I'm sorry. But yeah, not that the anime has a bunch of filler that I hate in it. The manga is beautiful. I love the manga. Hey, any tips for drawing hair? Yeah, I would say chunky. It's kind of like fudge. What are you talking about, Chris? Chunky? Just do something real quick here. Hair is essentially broken down into that and this and this. Learning the chunk, the way of the chunk. Let me see if. Dang, it's not letting me go down there. Maybe I'll bring in this one. I don't know. Let me bring in Bakugo, I guess. This might be a bad example, but pretty much all hair is just like all hair is as I'm trying to get everything going, can be broken into chunks. Essentially, these shapes, you're pretty much learning like this shape here, and either fraying the tip, and you want to learn how to do it in different ways. So pretty much it's almost like an oval, like that. And then if you were to then warp the oval, and then instead of just doing the oval, kind of put something at the end of it there, kind of like that. You'll start noticing it when you look at other art, but little chunks, and like you could even go so far as to big chunk it, little chunk, like that. It's broken up into chunks. You'll notice that with pretty much anything you look at, unless it's something more like talk show about stuff. Then it's a bunch of little chunks. That was a really weird laugh. Do not save. Hope that helped you there. Let me see this. Tips here. What's your favorite anime? What's my favorite anime? That's next in there. That one's hard. I don't know, there's so many. I would have to say the first thing that actually came to mind was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was the first thing that came to mind, but I mean, there's also the iconic ones, like Dragon Ball Z was the first one that I really started watching. And then from there, I mean, I really like Code Geass, and I really like Gurren Lagann, all that stuff like that. But purely anime-wise, probably Full Metal. Probably Full Metal. I mean, I like a bunch of other ones for different reasons almost as much, but Full Metal Alchemist has, you know, the art, the story, the characters. It has so much more, but I like some other ones almost just as much just because of, like, some of the story and the art, and I don't know. It just holds up really. I guess really what it comes down to for me that would become the deciding factor is kind of like the aesthetic of the anime, the mood, and it's just I don't feel like some of these other ones had as good of the other things, and like aesthetic for me can really pull me towards this series. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I need coffee, but it's too late. Do you prefer drawing digitally? Do you prefer drawing digitally or with pencil and paper? They both have their ups and downs. Honestly, I prefer drawing traditionally, but I like drawing digitally too. If I had the choice, I think I would stay coloring digitally, only because of the array of tools you have at your disposal at once. Is just, it's really nice. But I would like to draw a little bit more traditionally. Like, that's one reason why I started doing those pages traditionally today. And, you know, the resistance really helps on the paper. But it was what's the BG music? I'm hearing a BG background music. It's bad music. It's pretty much just no copyright music, so that way I don't get copyright claimed or anything. So this isn't like my typical listening to music. Patreon is a good source of income. Yes, it is. I somehow undoubtedly gonna open one at some point, whether it be a tip jar or I actually decide to turn it into something. I might one day start it as a tip jar type of thing. Someday, not anytime really soon. But and then I would definitely do something with it, and it would probably be a monthly thing where I would only do it once a month. But I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do something with Patreon at some point. Practice makes perfect. Where am I? I'm going to start source of income. What's this manga about? It's about mix. I'll have to leave the link to everything in the description. I'm not good at describing things, but essentially about the main character is Fiora, and she's just recently graduated the school she was going to for becoming a pilot, and she is now on the front lines. She graduated at the top of her class, and she is now in the front lines, and she is hardcore on wanting to eradicate the enemy, which wait, I don't know. Yeah, I think the name's already been revealed. Strata, eradicate the enemy, and there's more to it than that. But like I said, I'm bad at describing things. I've said this before. I need to memorize that our little, like, it's hard for me to tell you guys something without spoiling some of the stuff, which it shouldn't be. It's because I just haven't made a solid answer to that yet. There's a synopsis of it on the website that I just haven't memorized by heart yet. Practice makes perfect. Yes. Yes, it does. That's exactly right. God. This person says, God. Uzumaki. I physically can't do anything without music. I used to be the same way. But howdy. How long for one chapter sketching, inking? Oh. Normally like 2 weeks. 22 pages in 2 weeks. How long have you been drawing for? A long time. All my life, pretty much. You know, since I can remember. Let's put it that way. I didn't come out of the womb with a pencil. Actually, I did. Okay. What do you think Boruto's episode 65? I'm guessing that 65 you're talking about is that bananas episode with Kaguya, I think it is, and stuff like that. The animation was great. It was Sakuga. Oh, Sakuga. Yeah, no, yeah, it was. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up with Boruto lately, but I haven't watched that episode yet. I've watched clips of it on the internet, you know, because it went everywhere. But I didn't watch the episode yet because I don't want to just skip to that one. I kind of want to watch it up to that point, but I haven't had the time to. But I'm going to. But it looks fan-freaking-tastic. And it's actually a really good thing they finally did this right at, like, a good moment, because it has some people now looking at Boruto more, and people who might want to catch up on it just to see this part or start at that point and continue watching it, because Boruto has kind of fallen off the map there for a little while. Tips for drawing heads, faces. Heads and faces, that's a lot to go into. Practice makes progress. I'll go to the head thing here and say, losing motivation. I want to start drawing, but how do I not lose motivation? I lose motivation so easily. Hey, do more drawing tutorials. Don't worry, I will. Motivation, that honestly, that's hard. That motivation varies from person to person, so you're gonna have to essentially find your motivation for what you want to, for why you want to draw. I can't necessarily, you know, tell you what makes you inspired. I only know what makes me inspired. So in order to draw, you have to find a reason to draw, why you want to draw. If you don't have the drive to draw, maybe drawing's not for you. If you're uninspired, normally when someone becomes uninspired, it can be one of a few things when they call artist block. When essentially artist block is the lack of something, and it's not just the lack of inspiration. And it could also be something added on, which if there's stress, that can create a blockage and make it hard for you to get into anything, get in the zone. But basically, yeah, you just gotta find your reason for drawing. And, you know, there's been times where I've been completely uninspired. And the truth is, you won't always be inspired. But if you see, this is the difference, is drive. If you want to make it happen, you will make yourself draw, and you will make yourself good. You will work yourself to the bone. If you want to do it as a hobby, you will only do it when you're inspired, when you feel like it. when your mind decides this is fun, this is cool, that's going to be doing it as a hobby. If you want to do this as a profession, you're going to want to be ready to put yourself through so much that you will constantly be getting to the point of asking yourself, is this really what I want to do for a living? Can I actually do this? Which is a question I asked myself a lot. In fact, I drew myself when I wasn't ready. I pushed myself too hard. And I was trying to make a competition, and I pushed myself too hard. And once I finished that last page, I seriously told myself, I was like, I don't want to draw another manga page ever again. I just pushed myself too hard too early. And when I say too hard too early, I mean I was going too hard. I stayed up for almost 2 days straight, almost 48 hours, just drawing. And I went to work at that point in time too. I went to work, came home, kept drawing. Then went to work again, came home, kept drawing. And I hardly slept at all. And you'd be like, 48 hours, I've stayed up longer than that or something. The thing is, I went to work too, and that drained me. And then I came home and I kept drawing anyways. And that messed me up. It happened a lot even after that too, but I kept going. And the truth is, you'll drive, and remembering why is what will get you there. But sorry, I'm actually thinking about this, like where the heck her shoulder is. But I had the drive to do it. Because drive isn't the same as inspiration. And drive is the only thing that's going to take you past that limit of inspiration. You're going to have to want it. Want it more than the pain that you're going to put yourself through to get there. But also, if it's just a simple case of not being inspired, let's just say it is. A lot of the time, see, the thing is, I also am talking from a place where I was depressed for like, I don't know, it was like a year and a half where I was really depressed, and I didn't know why. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just really depressed, and I kept drawing throughout that whole time, and guess what? I didn't improve at all. For a whole year and a half, I didn't improve at all. But I kept drawing. I drew every single day because I knew that I might have improved a little bit. There's almost no way. But I might have improved a tiny bit. But it wasn't that much. But I told myself, if I actually stop drawing now, that might be a testament to me never picking up again. And I was like, I'm not going to let that happen to myself. Anyways, I was going on to something. Oh, sometimes if you just need some inspiration and you feel like you're not inspired, sometimes you're not seeing anything new. And that can be a big part of it. Sometimes you just need to see something different, sometimes we look at the same references, the same things over and over again, and sometimes you just need to look at something new, something different, something you haven't looked at before. But I don't know, I went on a big tangent there. Sorry, guys. But yeah, basically, you gotta find your drive. You gotta find your reason why. Ask yourself, why do you want to do this? You know, because at the end of the day, when you feel like shit, oh darn it, it happened. Now it's not PG, guys. Did you hear that? When you feel like crap, you're not gonna want to draw, you know, and the only thing that's gonna keep you going past that point is your drive. Inspiration's not, because the point where you feel like crap, you're probably not going to be inspired anymore. So you gotta have the drive. And the only thing that's going to keep that drive going as fuel is remembering the why. Why am I doing this to myself? An ADV versus bigger YouTuber in terms of... It was this Kuga party. Wait. Oh. I'm confused about the smaller YouTubers have an ADV versus bigger YouTubers in terms of fan interaction. Oh, if you're talking about, like, I'm not sure what you mean by ADV, but unless you're talking about how I actually talk to you guys a little bit more than maybe some bigger YouTubers talk to their fans, only because they have so many more subscribers. It's actually hard to keep you know, consistently up with the comments, because some of it's like just humanly impossible to actually read all of them. Maybe that's what you mean, I'm not sure. I think. Any books you recommend for anatomy? The internet. Okay. You don't need books for anatomy. Seriously, just go to Pinterest. Pinterest will be your book, and you'll have it on your phone anywhere you go. No joke. Once you get in the flow of Pinterest, you can have a stack of anatomy that a book would never give you. Of course, a book will be geared towards something, but there's one thing I've learned is books that are geared towards teaching you something in drawing, unless it's very specific, there are some books out there, and it's very few that are actually really good that I've heard about, that I haven't actually tried. Those, I can't speak for those books, so that's why I'm saying it. From my point of view, I've only learned from the internet, and I've only learned from manga, and Pinterest is the best place, I would have to say, because if you learn perspective, which you can learn anywhere on the internet, and you learn shapes in perspective, anatomy starts becoming logical. If you start thinking of it logically, you know, it only makes sense that if you understand this other stuff, the blocks will fall into place, quite literally. Because perspective is such a simple concept that it's just line, dot, lines come from it. You draw one line here, draw one line here, you draw one coming across. Oh, here, let's draw that. And then, wait, you come over here, you draw one here, connect. Oh, well, my lines are straight. And you've got a box. Now, taking it more complicated, you know, doing like a 2-point perspective thing, it gets a little bit more complicated, but either way, you still follow the lines. So basically what I'm trying to get at is, once you learn this, and you learn it well, you'll pretty much learn that if you take this and you cut it right here, and you go across, still following this line, and you cut this, going across, following this line, then you pull that in. See, this is why I'm going to do tutorials. I'm eventually going to do tutorials that addresses all this stuff. You can form a complete head when you know out of essentially polygon shapes, you know? You can anatomy your way. If you understand shapes, you'll be able to break down anatomy easier. That's what I'm trying to basically say. And shapes and perspective is really what matters. I'm going to have to go here very soon. But let's go over here. But yeah, definitely Pinterest. Learn some perspective, shape some perspective, and then try to apply what you learn with anatomy, and you start getting stuff down. It starts becoming more of a logical thing. You're like, oh, why wouldn't it be like this? Although I'm making it sound easier than it is. It's hard, but that's the foundation. Can't build a building without a foundation. It'll just fall apart. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm getting stream delusion. I'm getting weird because the stream has been going on too long. 2 days straight. Poor wrist and shoulder insanity. Yeah, no, yeah. My my hand doesn't hurt very often, but I have actually drawn not even kidding, the longest I've drawn was 26 hours straight, other than taking like 15 minutes to eat and, you know, going to the bathroom and stuff. Other than that, everything else in between for 26 hours, I drew that whole time because I was trying to make a deadline. And after that, my shoulder and hand, this was actually recently with Noir Caesar, my hand, my wrist, my shoulder, oh, it was actually sore. And that doesn't happen to me very often. I'm not sure if it is inspiration or not. It's not artist block. I just can't draw. I see drawing from damn. I'm like, damn, I want to be as good as him. But then I draw something, and then I saw it and give up. Then a few months later, the process repeats. Well, the harsh truth is, it sounds like you might want to just do it as a hobby. But if you want to get serious about it, you have to realize that, yeah, it is going to suck. Your art's going to suck until you make it better. But to make it better, you have to learn. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is key. You have to learn the structures. You have to learn why. Like, you have to learn what will make it better. You have to find out what is wrong and fix what is wrong. Just like if you keep falling every time you walk, you're going to hurt yourself. And you're eventually going to be like, okay, what the heck am I doing wrong? And you'll figure it out. It's just a matter of actually going with it and actually keeping up with it and accepting the failures and trying to improve off of it. Improve off of, you know, as the saying goes, failure is the stepping stone to success. And it really is. R.I.P. Loud and clear. What's driving you? What's driving me? Honestly, my sheer passion for the craft. when I'm 26 hours in drawing and my mind is jello, and afterwards I say, this is what I was born to do, that's that's why. I don't know. There's a love for the craft that I have. There's a love for the pain in doing it that I love. I couldn't sit there and work out my muscles and get super big and enjoy it, but I enjoy the pain from this. And basically, the people that inspired me, they drive me so much. And that's from already liking art. So it's a mixture of loving art in the process and loving anime and manga and what it's done for me in my life. Average, crisp, average. I'm not sure what's going on here. R.I.P. Crisp, average. Oh wait, advantage. I said average. Wow, I read that wrong. Literally one morning I woke up with an idea while knowing I couldn't draw to save my life, so I learned. Yeah. It's like, that sounds awesome, the way you've said that. I was just like, so I learned. Yeah, that's what I mean. The closest thing I have to drive is seeing the big shots do, or like wanting to draw like them. See, just wanting to draw like them depends on how much you want it. Because I want to draw like the people that I admire. And depends how much you want it. Someone can literally get to a point of professionalism by the sheer willpower of wanting to draw like someone else. But it has to be stronger than that will to fail. Than the fear of failure. It has to be strong enough to hold you up from that failure. If it's not strong enough to hold you up from that failure, it may not be strong enough to take you as far as you need to go. But if you strive to be like them so much, you would want to work harder at it. But I will say that I've learned something recently that if you really want something, sometimes you don't have to dive in and draw 12 hours straight at first. Humans, when there's a task too big for them to handle, will tend to jump into something and then falter. They end up failing because they take on something too big. I would say practice. Practice a little bit each day. If you can't, if you know, I don't know if you, from what it sounds like, you don't draw every day. So at least start drawing 5 minutes a day. Then up it at some point, after like a week or something, up it to 10 minutes a day. Then, the next week, up it to 20 minutes a day. Just basically starting off with a small task. Ask yourself, is it possible for you to draw 5 minutes a day? You'd be like, of course, what? Come on. Then do it. And then that will become easy. That will become habit. It takes 2 weeks to build an actual habit. If you could do 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks, it will become something that you can actually make a habit. It would actually be good to try to do it at the same time each day, too. That will be the best way to build that habit. But, yeah, and then when you do it 5 minutes each day, you're like, that actually wasn't that bad. Move it up to 10 minutes each day, like I said. And then you'd be like, okay, that's actually not that bad. It's pretty much building your way up to you condition yourself. I conditioned myself. There was a point where the longest I could draw without getting super tired was only an hour. And that was when I was younger. I would draw really hard for an hour, and I would be so tired I would have to take a nap. But now, like I said, the longest I've drawn in a row is 26 hours. You can make yourself better if you you have to condition yourself for it though. Uh, what exactly is it you do to learn? Learning is basically, if you didn't know it, you know it. Like, what? Oh, what is it that I do to learn? Sorry, I think I misunderstood that. I thought you were asking like what it what learning it. I don't know. Anyways, what I do to learn is I go in head first. I go in based off what I know, and then if it's wrong, I try to figure out what's wrong with it, and then figure out the right way to do it. And I mean, basically the stepping stones to success. You find out your failures and you improve. You figure out how to do it right. That's the best way to do it. But I definitely just want to do this as a hobby, but I also want to have skills, same as you. Then definitely try that 5 minutes a day thing. And honestly, learning the nitty gritty stuff is gross and I hate it. And a lot of people do. But it's what will get you the farthest if you want to do that. But when I say learn the nitty gritty, I'm talking about perspective, shapes and perspective, stuff like that. That's the nitty gritty that is really annoying. But you masochist, man. Wait a second. What's this vid about? Manga? Oh, sketching. This, yeah, I kind of was just talking for a bunch. I actually sketched a page and started inking it. Thanks for all the advice. Try it. Oh. Yeah, definitely. Definitely try it out. I'm actually gonna really have to get going here very, very soon, like in a couple minutes. Because I actually gotta leave in literally 16 minutes from now. So I'll do a little bit more sketching on this. Son of a gosh darn it. It's like, what the heck, Chris? Son of a gosh darn it. What are you talking about? Oh, that's not right. Is it like that? Dang it. I need a reference for her. I can't just show you all the pages, though. I don't have my reference near me. I think I know what it is. I can fix it if it's wrong. That's fine. That didn't look right. That don't look right at all. I have no idea. I was going to try to fill in the blacks, at least, because that's what starts making it feel a little bit more full, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. question what the heck shape actually looked like. Darn it, I have to go very soon here. Wish I could get that down, but let's just do this for now for you guys. Let's at least get the speed lines in. I spent most of my time talking here instead of doing this. Actually, let's see if she's doing this. Maybe I should have it going up, or should I have it go down? Down or out? Darn it. I think I'll make it go outward a little bit. All right. All right. I'll look at a couple more comments here before I leave, and because I got 10 minutes now. All right. Let's see here. Sketching. Thanks for the. I have a question. I want to become a manga artist, but it is really hard to draw in different angles, faces. Do you have any tips on getting ideas or anything like that? If you're talking about, when you say ideas, I'm not sure if you mean angles or just or just like design. But in any case, I would have to say, when you say angles, you're gonna just need to learn perspective and shapes in perspective. Because if you can learn how to put a box in any perspective properly, you can then shave off the sides of it or connect other boxes. So you're going to want to learn how to draw cylinders, boxes, anything polygonal, pretty much, polygonish in perspective, because if you can do that, all anatomy is more complicated shapes. They're just more complicated versions of shapes that you can put in perspective. So that's one thing about positions and angles and stuff like that. You're going to want to learn perspective very well. And then if you're talking about ideas for the angles, you're just going to want to study manga. Once you understand perspective, I would suggest to try to pinpoint the perspective that they're using in the panels. And you'll start noticing one thing. Authors like trying to keep it, unless there's a purpose to bring the camera angle out to make it ants eye view or a bird's eye view. Authors a lot of the time like to keep the camera around head height or even a slight bit above it, but not too far above it. Typically for most of the panels, either head height or below, to try to it helps insert the audience into the situation more than when you zoom out, it's almost like you're third person. You're viewing it from a different, it takes you out of the situation. First time I enjoy a YouTube stream this much. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Oh my gosh, wow, you are so well inspiring. Thank you very much. Thank you. May I ask how old are you? And since have you been drawing? I am 27, super old, I know. I'm 27 and I've been drawing since I was very little. May I ask, oh, I already read that. Hi, thank you very much. No problem, guys. Like I said, I actually have to get going now. And I hope you guys enjoy the stream, the rest of you guys. And for you guys who watch afterwards, thank you for making it this far. And thank you for everyone here who made it this far into the stream. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys look forward to any other videos I do in the future when I finally come out with them. And yeah, sorry for talking so much if you guys wanted to see me draw a little bit more. But I hope the talking at least helped a little bit. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next video or next stream. Peace out.